Well, Reagan Cleaves, David Shamblin bringing you back here inside the broadcast booth for the second game of two here on the Cougar Baseball Network between the Catholic Central Cougars and the Wayland Wildcats. Well, today, Cougars started off very well, winning the first game 11-0. David, what did they do right, and how did they get that win?
Well, they were very patient at the plate, as we saw a couple guys with multiple walks. Jabin Bates with 3 of the walks for the Cougars. They were also very quick to the ball, played very good defense as well. John Passanant pitched another gem on the mound, and Luke Kuzner followed it up with a good outing as well. I thought they played very well offensively and defensively in this one.
Well, now we take a look around the batting order for the Wildcats. Zierzik, Chelsea, Muchler, Muchler 1, 2, and 3. Hoagland, Caucus, Hoagland, Caucus, and Carnivale, the 4, 5, and 6, and Brown, Bogart, and Lumens in on the 7, 8, 9. Well, we have Peyton Klaus on the mound here to start things off for the Catholic Central Cougars. Klaus has pitched only one game this season, has a record of 1-0. Delivers the first pitch upstairs and outside for ball 1 on Zierzik. No 1-0 from Klaus. Is upstairs and in. 2-0 now. Klaus has a 1-0 record. Pitched a complete game shutout his first time up. Only pitched 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of 0, and a strikeouts per 9 inning of 0. He didn't get any strikeouts in that first one, as that's outside. 3 balls, no strikes now on Zierzik. Here from the Cat. Cougars looking to improve to 5-2 on the year. They are currently sitting at 4-2. They snapped their 2-game losing streak. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1. The 3-1 is swung on and drilled towards second, picked up there by Kuzner. He'll fire over to Schoenborn for the first out. A 4-3 ground down. The Cougars have 1 down here in the first.
Well, we'll take a look at the Cougars on defense. They'll go left to right in the outfield. It will be Johnson, Redmer, and Oliver Beal. On the corners, Ben Passanant and Dom Schoenborn. That does not change. Up the middle, John Passanant and Luke Kuzner. And behind the plate, Jabin Bates once again for the Cougars.
First pitch is fouled. A dribbler down the third base line. It's foul. Now it's 1. Now it's 0-1. 1 out here. Base is clear for Chesley. Chesley in that first game went 0 for 2 with the ground down and a pop out. That one well outside. Now 1-1. 1 out here for Chesley. Peyton Klaus looking to improve to 2-0 today. He'll deliver the 1-1. That catches the outside corner. Good frame job there by Jabin Bates. He'll get the called strike. 1-2 now on the Wayland shortstop. Closed stance, swings the bat over the right shoulder. The pitch is down and inside. Jabin Bates lost it, and it was a ball, so nothing coming of it. He'll find it and deliver it back to Klaus. So Klaus from the stretch. That's popped up high down the first base side. It will go just behind the Wayland dugout and foul. The count will remain 2-2. Now Chesley will step back in. He'll await the 2-2. Klaus from the stretch. Catches the outside corner. Got him looking strike 3. Beautiful pitch just over the outside corner, right about the knees. And it's the first strikeout of the year for Bate and Klaus. And Cougars have 2 down. That'll bring up Muchler. Reagan Muchler, the left fielder today for the Wayland Wildcats. He'll watch that one up and in. 4-1. 2 outs here. In the top of the first, Catholic Central and Wayland battling out in an in-conference matchup. These two teams will play 3 times in 2 days. As the Cougars, after this doubleheader, will head to Wayland tomorrow before they come back into the Grand Rapids area, as that one is bounced to the plate and will go to the backstop. 3-0. Cougars will be back in action tomorrow, as we said, and then we'll eventually come back on Saturday from LMCU Ballpark at what we believe is 2 p.m. It might be 10. There's 2 games there that day, and I have conflicting messages, one from the team, one from the schedule. It is at 2 p.m. The 3-1 from Klaus. Nice slider. That was upstairs, however, and a 4-pitch walk to Muchler. And that will bring up Hoagland.
Yeah, that one looked like a good pitch from Klaus. Just hung up there a little bit.
Now batting the first baseman, number 15.
2 out, 1 on here in the top of the first. Catholic Central and Wayland. Klaus will take a time and fiddle around with his belt on the mound. That'll bring up Trenton Hoagland here. Has a man on first. Hoagland went 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single in that first game. Throw over to Schoenborn on the pickoff move was unsuccessful. We apologize for the lack of a zoomed-in camera as we were without Gabe Groh. He had something else on his docket tonight, and that pitch is upstairs. We appreciated the work he did for us in the first game, and we will have a wide-angle lens for you, zoomed out, and hope to provide good enough commentary for you to follow the game. 1-0. Downstairs it bounced, and Jabin Bates, however, able to corral it and hold Muchler at first. 2 out, 1 on. Muchler on first. He'll take a small lead held on by Schoenborn. From the windup, upstairs and in. Throw down to first. Schoenborn didn't get him. Jabin Bates showing a nice move. Showing some great quickness to be able to fire that one down. He almost caught Muchler, but Dominic Schoenborn couldn't apply the tag in time, and it's still a 3-0 count now. Klaus will deliver the 3-0. Outside and down the stairs, his second 4-pitch walk of the game in 2 batters, and that'll bring up Bryce Calkins. But first we have a
Number 16, Bryce Calkins.
mound visit from Coach Tim McKinnon. So Klaus having a little bit of difficulty controlling that fastball. David, what do you think? What do you think the conversation's like up there on the infield?
Well, I think McKinnon just came out to calm him down. He looks a little wild to start. He threw that one in the dirt. He was having a little footing issue on the bullpen mound as well, and after a couple pitches to start this one, he was kicking around some dirt on the mound that's on the actual baseball field, so he might have some footing issue as well. I think it's more of just a mental thing right now for Peyton Klaus. He was a little wild to start the game against Ottawa Hills as well.
And as you mentioned, just one thing to keep in mind, none of these kids have played a high school baseball game at the at the varsity level, and we didn't have a season last year, so all the seniors are technically rookies, and all the juniors played JV ball before this. So these kids are still a little bit inexperienced at the varsity level, and they'll take some time adjusting. We just hope it's a little bit quicker. Klaus facing Bryce Calkins. First pitch catches the low side of the strike zone for a strike, 0-1.
Well, that's a surprising breaking ball there from Klaus. It had a lot of movement on it. Either probably a curve or a very aggressive slider. Throws it again, and it's another beauty.
Fantastic movement on that one from Peyton Klaus. Gets him 2 straight strikes. Cougars have 2 down here, 2 men on. Runners on first and second in the form of Muchler and Hoagland. That is a drop third strike, and Javen Bates calmly collects and fires over to Schoenborn for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, we will head to the home half of the first. Cougars getting a chance to be back at the bat. Well, you're listening and watching to Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Well, back with you, David Shamlin, Reagan Cleaves, bringing you play-by-play as we'll take a look now at the lineup for the Cougars here in game number 2. John Passanault will lead off again for the Cougars, followed by Luke Kuzner, Jabin Bates, and Peyton Klaus. That does not change. Aiden Johnson will bat 6th. He will bat 6th. Brady Redmer will bat 7th. Ben Passanault will bat 8th, and Oliver Beal will bat 9th for the Cougars here today.
And looking around the field for the Wildcats, Muchler, Bogart, Ensley, left to right across the outfield. Calkins, Chesley, Brown, and Hoagland working again from left to right in the infield. Zierzik on the mound for the Wildcats, pitching to Lumens behind the backstop. That pitch caught the bottom of the strike zone for a first pitch strike on John Passanault. That pitch looked exactly the same spot, but the umpire declined to call it. Lumens asking him where that was. It's 1-1 on the Catholic Central shortstop. Slightly open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Will line that down the line, and it will hook foul just before it hit the... They're going foul, is it?
Yeah, well, John Passanault looked like he was sitting on that off-speed breaking ball. Didn't miss it. Unfortunately, went foul.
No 1-2 from Zierzik is drilled down the line, picked up by Hoagland. He will step on the bag for a ground out to the first baseman. That will bring up Luke Kuzner for the Catholic Central Cougars. Kuzner in that
Now
first
batting
game.
second baseman, number 1, Luke Kuzner.
Kuzner in that first game went 1 for 3 with an RBI ground out. He had 2 runs on a walk. That first pitch catches the low outside corner for strike 1. Throw back from Lumens got away from Zierzik, and he'll have to go chase it halfway through the infield, and he'll come back and work from the windup. The 0-1. Inside, ball 1 on Kuzner. Kuzner on the year, batting .500, coming in 2 today. Of course, that 1 for 3 will change things. The 1-1 bounces to the plate. Now 2-1.
Umpires did switch roles, so the home plate umpire is now the infield umpire, while the infield umpire from game 1 is now the behind the plate umpire. So a fresh set of eyes there as that one's taken for a ball.
That'll move the count to 3-1 on the Catholic Central Cougar second baseman. Zierzik will kick and fire the 3-1. Down low, he walked him, and Luke Kuzner will head to first base. That'll bring up Jabin Bates, one of the best Catholic Central Cougar batters this year. In fact, probably the best. His on-base percentage hiked up after that first game, but coming into that, he had an on-base percentage of .688 and an OPS of... Now runner goes, throw down to second, not in time, as Luke Kuzner has himself a stolen base. That first pitch was a ball to Jabin Bates. As I was saying, Jabin Bates has himself a 1.303 OPS. Zierzik will step off the mound, forcing Kuzner to get back. For Kuzner, that is his first stolen base of the campaign. That pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1 on the left-handed Jabin Bates. Jabin Bates will bat switch, as he is listed on the roster, as though to my count he's only batted from the left side of the plate once. Zierzik will step off. Stepping back on, working from the stretch here.
Yeah, that's odd how Bates didn't bat left-handed to start the year against Ottawa Hills.
Here's the 1-1. Down low. Lumens tried to frame it, but it didn't go well on his end. 1 out here at bottom of the first. 1 man on in the form of Luke Kuzner. He stands at second base. He'll take a healthy leadoff. Held on by Chesley, but not very determined. That pitch just low and outside for a 2-2 count. Now on Jabin Bates. The 2-2. Low and inside. That'll make it 3-2 on the Catholic Central catcher. Jabin Bates, through the entirety of last game, did not have a single at-bat. He walked all 4 times he made it to the plate. Zierzik will step off and fire back to second. Wild throw back there, forcing Brown off of the bag. If he had made that good throw, Kuzner would have been dead to rights, but that was not the case. Payoff pitch, he walked him, and 2 straight walks for the Catholic Central Cougars bring 2 men on for Peyton Klaus.
Yeah, we're going to get a courtesy runner at
Courtesy runner
first.
Jabin Bates. Number 8, Brian Langlois.
It's his
Stepping to the
Brian
plate,
Langlois.
pitcher, number 5, Peyton Klaus.
So Klaus coming up to bat here through the first 5 games of his season. He batted .182 in that first game. Today he was 0 for 3, so that'll drop the batting average a slight bit for the Catholic Central pitcher. That pitch is upstairs. Ball 1.
Yeah, he ran
1 out, runners on first and second for Peyton Klaus, who has a slightly open upright stance in the right-handed batter's box. The 1-0. Outside for ball 2.
Yep, definitely.
It's been interesting to watch these basketball players in this transfer portal and these
Big leads all around
little fish in the big ponds
for the Cougars. Zierzik will hurl, and that is fouled down and out of play. 2-1 now.
Made a lot of friends, and it was a good experience overall.
Yeah, I really liked it. I graduated from Red Valley.
Cougars trying to get runners across the plate here. 1 man in scoring position for Peyton Klaus.
Yeah, and it's so such a
Zierzik will step off, fake the throw back, and sliding back to second is Luke Kuzner. That pitch is in there for a strike. Good movement on that one. It worked its way from the inside of the plate right down the heart, and it's a 2-2 count now on Klaus. Outfield now, the throw back to second. Got him at second. Good play. Luke Kuzner cut off there. A 1-4 out. Now the Cougars now have 2 down. That changes the situation mightily for Peyton Klaus. Now instead of being the second out, if he strikes out, he is the out to end the inning. 1 man on for the Cougars. The 2-2 taken by Klaus. Full count. Zierzik will come set. I'll stand up straight, come and force Langlois back to the bag. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Peyton Klaus fooled by a breaking ball outside, and that retires the side. Cougars Wayland heads to the top of the second. It is Carnival, Brown, and Bogart due up for the visitors. You're listening and watching to Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Well, Cougars still have Peyton Klaus on the mound. He will go to his second inning of work here at the Cat, scoreless after 1 inning of play. Up to bat will be Cameron Carnival. Peyton Klaus from the mound. First pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Carnival, straightaway stance. Watch that pitch go on the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now for the for the Wildcat designated hitter. He is batting for the right fielder. Watches that breaking ball go from the top of the zone right down into the heart of the plate. 1-2. That pitch outside. Got the strikeout. My goodness, good frame there by Jabin Bates, and we will take that any day, even if it looks a tad bit outside. The third strikeout of the afternoon for Peyton Klaus.
Yeah, that pitch was clearly outside the zone, but Bates brung it back enough to fool the umpire.
We've been praising him all 4 broadcasts for the Cougars. That's popped up down the first base line. Schoenborn over to plant and make the catch right in front of the Wayland dugout. So I'll pop out to 3 for the second out of the inning. Cougars now facing number 14, Cameron Bogart.
Center fielder number 14, Cameron Bogart.
First pitch offering from Klaus is dribbled to John Passanaw at shortstop. He'll fire over to Redmer. He got him. Good play there by the Catholic Central infield. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second in a scoreless tie. Well, it'll be Dominic Schoenborn stepping to the plate for the first time in this contest. In the first game of the afternoon, he went 2 for 3 with a walk and 1 run and 2 RBIs. And he'll watch that go by. It looks like an off-speed pitch for a strike. Dominic Schoenborn in the 5 spot for the first time this campaign. Well, actually, the last 2 games for him. He'll foul that to the backstop. 0-2. Yeah, Schoenborn's used to playing in the D8 in the cleanup spot. And from there, he was 3 for 8, batting .375 as he strikes out there. And that'll be 1 out for the Wayland defense here.
Now batting left fielder, number 25, Aiden Johnson.
Yeah, bring up Aiden Johnson. Left fielder again today. He's pretty good at that. Also plays first base. When Dom Schoenborn's on the mound, he'll play first.
First pitch down low. Ball 1. That pitch is drilled into left. That will get down for a base hit, and Aiden Johnson is on for Brady Redmer. That, as we said, that'll bring up Brady Redmer.
Center fielder number 24, Brady Redmer.
Playing center field today. Coming into this game, he was batting coming into today, he was batting .250. Music will come set. Check the runner. And deliver. Swung on and missed. Strike one.
Yeah, Redmer 2 for 3 in the opener, a couple singles.
That pitch is drilled into center. Settling under it is Bogart, calling everybody off. Will make the catch. So Redmer down. That'll be 2 down for Ben Passanaugh.
Now batting third baseman number 10, Ben Passanaugh.
Passanaugh will step in. Facing Zierzik.
Yeah, Passanaugh took a 1 for 3 in the opener.
First pitch, nice breaking ball. Catches the low outside corner for strike one.
1 for 3 with the run scored, that is.
This game, through the first couple of innings, is entirely different tone in the opening game. That pitch swung on and missed. Runner goes, throw down to second. Will not be in time, as actually it was offline, and Johnson in there standing up with a stolen base. For Aiden Johnson, that is his third stolen base of the year. Pitch. Lumens tried to frame it, but it's low. And now 1-2. Zierzik did not like it at all. He stood with his mouth agape at the bottom of the mound, looking at the ump, wanting a different call. Runner on second, 2 outs here. The pitch was up, and that ball went headhunting on Ben Passanaugh at 2-2. Aiden Johnson, a substantial lead, held on there by Brown, though. The 2-2 drilled and popped up into right. Settling under is Ensley, and he will make the grab. As Cougars strand a runner, we will head to the top of the third. Nothing going for either team here early. Here from the Cat. Dustin Lumens to lead off here for the Wildcats. Top of the third, 0-0 in the goings thus far. First pitch from Klaus. Low and outside. Ball on both teams through the first 2 innings. Getting to their 9-hitter. No 1-0. Swung on and missed on a check swing by Lumens, but he did go, and it's now 1-1. Klaus will kick and fire. It's popped up high and back out of play to our right for strike 2.
He had one at bat the first game, or one time. He only batted once.
Lumen's only batting once, is David's shocked expression should tell you that. Cougars didn't allow anybody outside, so that one dropped in. Didn't look like it could have been anything except a strike, but that's what the umpire called it. The 2-2 from Klaus. Well inside, almost hit Lumens, and that'll be a full count.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit with that one.
Like
Klaus, probably the fastest throwing pitcher on this ball club. John Passanant, close second.
as Klaus reaching high 80s, that's foul to the backstop. And it will remain a full count. The payoff pitch, cut the outside corner for strike 3. And Klaus has his fourth strikeout of the afternoon. Third looking. Getting a lot of help from the umpire. At least not necessarily help, but he's getting calls on the outside, and Cougars have one down now.
This umpire's got a really weird strike 3 call. Can't help but chuckle at it.
It is quite funny. He'll point the strike, as you can probably see, and then do like a really short motion with his right hand, coming back the 1-0 from Klaus. Up and in. Zirzik up to bat here. The leadoff batter, 0 for 1 on the game. Facing a 2-0 count here from the Cougars number 2. Pitches right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Now 2-1. Klaus will deliver. Breaking ball. My goodness, that looked to be well outside, but the umpire called it anyway. That'll even up the count. Oh, that looked like the exact same spot, but he called that a ball. This is a interesting strike zone from our umpire behind the dish. The payoff pitch from Klaus swung on and driven to John Passanant. Scoop it up on the run. Fire over to first is wild throw, and that'll send Zirzik going to second. Cougars unable to get the throw, and that's an error with an advance to second. Error on the shortstop, John Passanant.
Now batting shortstop, number 10.
That'll bring up
Chesley.
Grant Chesley with a runner on second in scoring position. He struck out. Now we'll have a man on with the one out. Klaus will step and fire. That's well upstairs. 4-1. So Zirzik reaching on an error. Still 0 for 1 on the day. He stands on second. Klaus will check the runner. Working from the wind up, the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Pardon me, he's working from the stretch. Klaus will get the sign. He will kick and fire. Well inside. That one looked to be headhunting upstairs. 3-0 now. Klaus will get the sign from Jabin Bates. He will kick and fire. Runner goes. Throw down. No throw, pardon, as that's downstairs. He walked him on 4 pitches. So a stolen base for Zirzik. And runners on the corners for Reagan Muchler. And Jabin Bates will head out to
Left fielder number 6.
talk
Brandon
to his
Muffler.
pitcher.
If I was Klaus and Bates, I would be telling. If I was Bates, I would be telling Klaus you want something like a fastball, or if Klaus has a sinker down and away, try to get him to roll it to second for a double play.
And that would be a very helpful thing they'd get out of a jam here. So we got one out here, runners on the corners. Mulcher went 0 for 1. Or, pardon me, 0 for 2 in that first game with a strikeout. We'll face the first pitch. Try to lay down a bunt. That's called strike. Throw down to second, not in time. So a stolen base for Chesley.
Risky decision by Bates to throw there. The runner on third. Fortunately, runner decides not to go home.
I think Zierzik's wary of the fact that it doesn't take very long for Jabin Bates to get that from his glove to his hand and down to second. So if he's going, all the Cougars need is a good throw back down to home, as that's hacked at by Muchler for an 0-2 count. Jabin Bates does a very good job of getting it, and I think that was on the mind of Zierzik as he waits at third. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch fouled a dribbler back, remains 0-2. Cougars only have 1 out here with runners at second and third. Zierzik reached on an error by John Passanaw, and Chesley is on with a walk. Chesley stands at second, and Zierzik at third. The 0-2. Down in the dirt, ball 1.
That was actually Klaus's 50th pitch, as to my calculations up here. A lot more pitches thrown for him than Passanaw, who only threw 40, is what we tallied up in the press box.
Yeah, and for Klaus, he can throw very hard, and he has shown that he can pitch the ball. But looking at his stats from earlier games, he didn't strike out anybody to open up. Or in that first game against Ottawa Hills, he's having trouble today finding the strike zone. Peyton Klaus didn't walk anybody in that game against Ottawa Hills, but he came very close. That's drilled into center. Redbird back to play it. He'll make the catch and throw. Cougars trying to get the man at third. He slides in there, safe, and it goes out of play as the throw will be into second, and a sacrifice fly with an RBI for Muchler. So Chesley scoring on that error by John Passanaw. That's his second of the game, a throwing error on both accounts. First one could have gotten Zierzik at first, but it didn't. And that one could have ended the inning and stopped that second run from coming in. 0-1 on Hoagland. That pitch is swung on and missed. A nice breaking ball to the outside of the plate. And that'll move the count to 0-2. The 0-2 from Klaus. Check swing. He didn't go. That'll be ball 1. Hoagland walked his first time up. Didn't come around to score, but now Wayland is up 2-0. Here with with 2 outs here for Hoagland. That pitch is fouled back to the backstop toward the way of the Cougars dugout. Remains 1-2. Klaus will get the sign from Bates. Time called by Hoagland. He'll step back in to face the 1-2. Nice breaking ball, strike 3, and that will end the inning. Cougars unable to, as the unable to escape. Keep the game tied as Wayland gets 2 across the plate. 1 thanks to an error.
Top of the third.
Cougars heading to the bottom of the third with Beal passing on. Kuzner due up.
Score after
You're watching Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on YouTube.
Wayland 2.
Bottom of the third, leading off, Oliver Beal, who's a rare sight in the Catholic Central lineup. He has only had 1 at-bat, though he's played 3 games, and he watches that go outside for ball 1. He had 1 appearance in the second game against Grand Haven as he fouls that down the right field line, up and out of play. He has an on-base percentage of .33 heading into this one. He walked once out of his 3 plate appearances. Pitch is down low for ball 2. 2-1 on the Catholic Central Junior. Zierzik will kick and fire. Down low, Lumens tried to frame that. That's drawing some exclamations from the people down low. As we are separated up in the press box here. Nice vantage point. Beal will watch that go right down the heart of the plate for strike 2, working that to a full count. Zierzik in search of his third strikeout of the afternoon. The payoff pitch inside. He walked him. And Oliver Beal will take his base and bring up the top of the order in John Passanaugh. Cougars trailing 2-0 here.
Number 2, John Passanaugh.
Off of a couple of errors in that top of the third, pardon. Much different game than the first game. That gets past the catcher, and Beal will take his base on a passed ball. Okay, so Beal standing on second. John Passanaugh facing a 1-0 count. Zierzik checking the runner. Will deliver. That's driven into left field. Going back there is Bogart, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
That's what I would say.
Second baseman, number 1, Luke Kuzner.
And that'll bring up Luke Kuzner, who walked his first time up and got picked off at second base on a 1-4 putout. Zierzik will deliver. Low and outside for ball 1. Cougars have 1 out. Runner on second. Here trailing 2-0. Zierzik will check the runner. Looking back again, will deliver. Down low. Ball 2. David, I've alluded to it a couple of times. This atmosphere seems just a little bit different than the first game. What do you think is contributing to that different feel?
Fatigue. Players are probably a little tired. They haven't played in a couple of days, and it's got to be a doubleheader. And also, I think the Wayland coach put a spark in their butt for Wayland, and I think it's had an impact here.
Yeah, and I think another thing might be Zierzik, as it's fouled back to the backstop, 2-1. I think another thing, it's Zierzik on the mound. He seems to be a little bit more controlled than the rest of the Wayland pitchers. That's driven through the gap and into left. Runner going around third. Throw to the plate is well off the line, but coming back, he did not tag him. My goodness, that is an RBI double, and now the runner heads to third. Cougars slide in. They're safe as well. My goodness, shenanigans all over the place as the Cougars get one Kuzner an RBI, and the Cougars have cut the deficit in half. Kuzner getting a single out of that one, with advancing to second and then third. The catcher, Lumen, still pleading his case, not happy at all with the call at home on Oliver Beal.
Now batting,
But
catcher number 7,
it
Jaden
doesn't
Bates.
make a difference, as he was called safe at home. In my opinion, it was a questionable call.
Yeah, very questionable. So they scored a double and advanced to
Now
third.
a
and that
wild
one
pitch
gets a
coming
wild
home is Kuzner, and the Cougars have tied it up
pitch. Or a pass.
here.
It should be a passed
on-
ball.
Yeah, pardon me, a passed ball. He will come home to score, and Cougars Kumi, and that is his third error or fourth error of the game of the afternoon that has brought home a run, and Cougars now have a tie game 2-2 in the bottom of the third with one out. Taven Bates pitches inside. Down low, 2-0 now. Bates will step in. Slightly open stance in the left-handed batter's box. Awaits the 2-0 from Zierzik. Well outside, 3-0.
Oh, it's like Wayland doesn't want to pitch to Bates at all. Everything he's seen today has been outside.
And this could be, if he reaches again, this could be his 5th walk of the afternoon, but that catches the outside corner, so it is indeed a strike. Cougars have tied up the baseball game here. 2-2 off a couple of odd calls. That's upstairs. He walked him. On a 3-1 count, it was upstairs and outside, and Javen Bates is on with the walk. We'll see if he is courtesy ran for or not. That is something in general Tim McKinnon does once Javen Bates reaches, but looks like they'll take his speed right now as up comes Peyton Klaus. It's pitcher on pitcher here. First pitch of that battle is a strike.
Yeah, I'll probably get Bates to second, and then if they get him to second, they'll probably courtesy run Brian Langlois again.
And I don't think I've seen Javen Bates past second base this year. That's dribbled to short. Chesley will throw over. That was not in time, and Klaus is on with an infield single.
Wow, can he fly or what? He got down there very quickly. Throw had no chance, really.
And now we talked about it.
Courtesy run
As
for Jaden Bates,
in
number 8,
comes
Ryan Langlois.
Brian Langlois
Step up to the plate. First base
as a
number
courtesy
22,
runner for
Thomas
Javen
Shelton.
Bates. Cougars having 2 men on here in the bottom of the third, looking to take the lead away from the Wayland Wildcats. Big Red, Dominic Schoenborn will dribble that to Zierzik. He'll throw to second for 1. Actually, okay, that was on the transfer, so the Wildcats get 1 as Peyton Klaus is thrown out 1-4, but on the transfer, it was dropped by Brown, so the Cougars have runners on the corner now in Schoenborn and Brian Langlois. That'll bring up Aiden Johnson. Zierzik will step off,
Now batting left field,
forcing
number
both runners
25,
back.
Aiden Johnson.
Johnson 1 for 1 with a single and a stolen base earlier. That first pitch is upstairs. One out, or pardon me, 2 outs. Still 2 outs with that Klaus out, pardon, as that's drilled into
Get
center.
down.
That will get down past a diving Chesley, and a run will come into scoring Brian Langlois, and the Cougars have themselves the lead for the first time in this baseball game.
Center fielder, number 24, Brady Redmer.
That'll
Well, it's a
bring it.
good piece of hitting by Aiden Johnson, and that's why he earned the spot on the varsity team. Being a sophomore wasn't guaranteed. He had to earn it, and he did earn it, indeed.
Yes. Nice breaking ball goes in there for a strike. As David mentions, class Cougars don't have a ton of seniors. It is mostly juniors. Cougars have 3 seniors and 3 sophomores. Everybody else is in 11th grade. The 1-1 is low and outside, 2-1. 2 straight balls to Redmer. Redmer 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center his last time up. Schoenborn on second. Johnson on first as Redmer hacks at that and misses. 2-2. Wayland looking to get out of this with only a 1-run deficit. That's driven into left center. Settling under is Bogart. He'll make the catch as we head to the top of the 4th. Cougars get 3 back in that 3rd inning. They will look to defend that lead in the top of the 4th. You're watching Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Top of the 4th here for the Wayland Wildcats. They'll have Calkins,
Third baseman, number 16.
Calkins, Carnival, and Brown due up here. They find themselves, after trying to defend a 2-run lead, they find themselves down by 1 here. As during the break, Brian Huberty was having some words with the home plate umpire. He and the rest of the Wayland Wildcats not very happy about how things are going behind the plate. They aren't liking a lot of the calls that have been coming, that have been going against them, and they're bringing that up with the umpire. First pitch fouled back to the right side and behind us.
Yeah, Hubbard, he didn't like it in the first game either on that balk call.
True, that was eventually overturned. That's driven down the third base line, picked up by Ben Passanoff. Fires over to first in time. Good play there by the Catholic Central infield, combining Ben Passanoff and Dominic Schoenborn. Passanoff picked it up nicely on the bag and fired it over. A nice stretch by Schoenborn to get the out, and the Cougars have one down.
This guy's intimidating in the box.
Yeah, it is
in the
Cameron.
box right now for
Cameron Carnival swings and misses on that one. He is
Now
definitely
batting hitter number
one of the
19,
bigger
Cameron Carnival.
players on this roster. In fact, we remarked before the start of the first game that he was playing third base. He's a big third baseman as he watches that catch the outside corner. Carnival not happy about that, and rightfully so. That looked to be a good couple of inches off the plate. But either way, for the Cougars, it's a strike. Now Carnival swings and misses on that one, and it is strikeout number 6 for
Second
Peyton
play for
Klaus. That'll bring up
Second baseman,
Brown.
11, Colin Brown.
Colin Brown today 0 for 1 with a pop out to first. First pitch from Klaus with 2 outs. That'll be upstairs. Now, part of me doesn't necessarily fault the Wildcats for being frustrated with the decision-making behind the plate by the umpire. From experience, I know umpiring is hard and it's difficult to know if you get the right thing, but he is consistently calling balls outside as strikes, and especially on breaking balls like that one. That one looked a little bit more inside, but still it was well outside, and 2-1 the count.
either he's having a bad day behind the plate or Jabin Bates just has a very subtle movement.
That's a nice breaking ball, but inside forced Brown out of the box, 3-1. Cougars have just been getting a ton of benefit of the doubt calls from this home plate umpire. That is swung on and missed strike 2, full count. And the Wildcats have had a beef with this basically all game. They started in that first game. It was a bit of rough, and that's well outside, halfway into the left-handed batter's box, and a walk for Colin Brown. That will bring up number 14, Cameron Bogart. He's 0 for 1, grounded out
Center fielder number 14,
to third
Cameron
his last
Bogart.
time up. Runner on, 2 outs here. Top of the 4th. Pickoff move back to first. Not in time as Brown slides back in safely. Outfield playing a little bit shifted to the right, infield straight on here. At the Cats, sun shining about perpendicular to the line from first to second, and another breaking ball outside, called a strike. My goodness, it is 0-1 now on Bogart, and Wayland will have certainly some beef with these umpires today as that swung on and missed, throw down to first by Bates, not in time. 0-2 now. Cougars leading 3-2. Klaus will check. Hear the national anthem in the background. That is courtesy of the soccer game, or lacrosse game, pardon. And we're directly behind the center field wall, which is 365 out to dead center, is is the Cougars Stadium where football and lacrosse and soccer, that's upstairs, swung on and missed. Strike 3 as we head. That will do it. 3 outs here in the 4th. Wayland gets 1 on, but can't do anything with it. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Catholic Central trying to extend their lead. 3-2 right now the score. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Well, here we are, top of the 1st, or top of the 4th, pardon. Bottom of the 4th. As the Cougars send up Ben Passano, who'll watch that bounce outside. 4-1. Doubleheaders will get to you at some point, and showing their wear and tear everywhere. Up in the broadcast booth downstairs as that's fouled. And downstairs on the field as that's fouled. The left side of home plate.
At the plate for the Cougars, third baseman, number 10, Ben Passano.
That'll bring up Ben Passano. 1-1 on the Catholic Central third baseman. That pitch, a nice breaking ball, fell into the backstop. To the right side, 1-2. Ben Passano will dig in. And Zierzik will deliver the 1-2. Downstairs. 2-2. 3-2 Catholic Central leads. Bottom 4. That pitch outside for a strike. Or not for a strike. Jeez. I'm not having the best of days, folks. I'm sorry. 3-2. Payoff pitch from Zierzik. Swung on and missed strike 3. On a foul tip into the glove, it looked like the umpire signaled. So one away here.
Is that water old style in that thing there? Like Harry Carey.
So one away here for Oliver Beal.
Oliver Beal.
We thank you for joining us, Reagan Cleaves, David Shamblin on the call. That first pitch from Zierzik to Beal outside. 1-0. Zierzik will deliver the second pitch of the at-bat. It dropped in there for a strike. Nice breaking ball there from the Wayland pitcher. Cougars in the second game of a 3-game set between these two. That pitch is down low. 2-1. The Cougars won the first game, looking to seal up a conference series win here. tonight. They have right now a 3-2 lead. That pitch way inside almost hit Beal. Now 3-1. Sierzik getting the sign from Lumens. Will kick and fire. Pitch outside. He walked him on 5 pitches. Beal to first, and the Cougars bring up the top of the order with only 1 away.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, John Passanow.
That'll bring up John Passanaw. 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to first and flew out to center. His previous 2 times up. First pitch. Drilled into left. It will get down in front of Muchler. And the Cougars have 2 on. With that hit for Passanaw, he's up to 1 for 3 on the game. And Luke Kuzner coming up with an already one for 1 with an RBI and a walk. He will step up to the plate.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by John Passanaw. See what Kuzner can do here with the runner in scoring position.
First pitch, breaking ball upstairs. 1-0. Zierzik will step off. Cougar dugout going crazy down to our left along the third base side. Pretty sure you can hear them, but they're having a ton of fun here today with a 1-run lead. That pitch is outside, 2-0. Wayland trying to hold the runners on, courtesy of Beal at second, John Passanaw at first. Zierzik will hold. Kuzner. Straightaway stance, throw back to second. Not in time as Beal slides back in. Kuzner has only faced 2 pitches. Lots of paranoia from the Wayland Wildcats pitchers today. Lots of holding on of Cougars at second, but it hasn't been necessarily in vain. They have gotten a couple of outs. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll now be 2-1. Kuzner, as we already said earlier in this at bat, he's 1 for 1. He got an RBI single into left his last time up. Hit right to Brown. He'll get 1 out and fire over to first, but Hoagland was pulled off the bag, so the Cougars, John Passanaw on a ground out, was tagged out by Brown. And the Cougars couldn't get, or the Wildcats couldn't get another out. Now that'll bring up Javen Bates, who has done nothing but looked at pitches and then walked 90 feet today. I'll take that one inside, ball 1. Cougars only have 2 outs. Here, Javen will step in. We are live from the Cat at the Catholic Central Baseball Field. Pitch is outside for ball 2. Pardon the yawn. Zierzik will come set. Pitch is popped up high. Brown settling under it at second. He will make the grab for the final out of the inning. And after all that, Javen Bates goes 5 walks. Not 5 walks, 6 walks with a pop out. So he's 0 for 1. We head to the bottom of the 4th, or top of the 5th. Jeez, pardon me. Top of the 5th, Catholic Central leading 3-2.
Bottom of the 4th.
Being a teenager is tough.
There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Michigan's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, leading off for the Wildcats here to start, Dustin Lumens to the plate. The Wildcat catcher has already struck out looking once. That was one of the irksome calls to the Wildcats. That is in there for strike one. Cougars leading 3-2 here, top of the fifth. Looking to hold on to a one-run lead. Pitch is down low. It was spiked to the plate by Klaus. Klaus still out there. He's got 73 pitches as of that last one, the 1-1. Swung on and missed a filthy breaking ball. Makes it 1-2. That fooled Lumens. A nice piece of pitching there by Peyton Klaus. The 1-2. Lumens almost bit on it, but nice control to hold on it as it was down low. So we will head to a 2-2 count. Klaus gets the sign from Bates. Steps, kicks, fires. Outside, full count. Three full counts prior to this one, the payoff. Pitch inside, he walked him. Peyton Klaus sends a man to first for the fifth time today, pardon. And so the Wildcats have a runner on. They haven't done a good job of getting runners home. They've left three on base. Here in the goings of this one, Klaus has given them a lot to work with base on balls wise, but Wildcats haven't been able to produce that into runs outside of the two that came in that third inning. That first pitch is inside and down and inside. 1-0 on Zierzik, the pitcher for the Wildcats here today. 1-0 count. Klaus. Zierzik shows bunt but pulls it back and watches that one catch the top half of the strike zone for first strike. 1-1. Klaus will come set. Check the runner, and go. Runner goes, throw down to second. He got in there in time, stolen base for Lumens. So despite Javen Bates' best efforts, Zierzik facing a 2-1 count now. And a runner in scoring position for the Wayland pitcher. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike two. There for Zierzik. 2-2. Klaus checks the runner once, twice, and kicks and fires. Outside and low. Full count now for the Wayland Wildcats. Klaus will stare down Zierzik. Checks the runner at second and Lumens. The payoff pitch. down low. He walked him. Throw down to second. They got him! My goodness, Lumens took way too big of a lead off of second, and he is caught. It will go down as a 2-6. As John Passanaw came over to cover, Jabin Bates, good awareness by the Catholic Central catcher to throw down and get the first out of the 5th inning. This was as far as the game went last time up. The Cougars were able to get one in the bottom of the 5th to make it 10-0. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Do they got him? No. That went off of Luke Kuzner's glove.
Yeah, throw was there, just unable to grab it was Kuzner.
At bat for the Wildcats, shortstop number 10, Grant Chesley.
It is 1-1. Class will check the runner and throw. Inside. Ball 2 as we have it. 1-1 actually. Thanks to the home plate umpire for holding that up for us. Shadows extending just about within 5 feet of the home plate circle. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Is that interference?
Should be interference.
And that's what Coach McKinnon is talking about. Runner didn't get out of the way. Jabin Bates couldn't have made the throw. He was interfered with by the runner, or by the batter. At
Should
the
be
plate,
an
which is
automatic out for
Chesley.
interference.
And that's what McKinnon's talking about. Granted, in that situation, I don't know what Chesley's supposed to do. He can't necessarily get out of the way much more than he did. Granted, he didn't get out, and Jabin Bates still pleading his case with home plate umpire. It'll be a stolen base, the second of the trip around the base paths for Zierzik. It's a 1-2 count on the shortstop for the Wildcats. Runner on third. The 1-2 from Klaus. That'll be a nice breaking ball. That looked to be right in the top of the strike zone, but the umpire let it go. It'll be a 2-2.
Well, now he doesn't call it.
He has been very inconsistent all over the strike zone today, the 2-2. Down low, 3-2. Klaus wondering what he's supposed to do. He was getting that pitch earlier.
Yeah, well,
Seems
pitch count
like-
running high for Klaus. 88 pitches tallied so far. Here
The
comes his 89th.
And the max is the... That was a nice payoff pitch. He got him on strike 3 looking. So it'll be a 2 outs for the Cougars here. In the top of the 5th, Wildcats have a runner on third in Zierzik.
6, Reagan Muchler.
That'll be Reagan Muchler now to the plate. He is 0 for... He hasn't had an at-bat. He's had 2 plate appearances, an RBI sacrifice fly back in the 3rd, which brought home an RBI, and then he walked first time out. 1-0. The count on Muchler. Klaus stares down Zierdzki and delivers outside. This pitch 91 for Peyton Klaus. Maximum is 105, and you can always finish the at-bat once you hit that 105 mark. That pitch gets the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Klaus trying to finish this inning, get out of a jam, preserve the 1-run lead. 3-2 top 5 for the Cougars. Runner on third, 2 out. Pitch is well outside, 3-1. Klaus has worked the count high a lot in this game, and trying to get out of this one with a 3-1. Whole kick and fire. Outside, he walked him. Runners on the corners now for Trenton Hoagland.
And here comes Tim McKinnon. We'll see if he makes the move, and he probably will, as that was pitch number 94.
And now the infield converges with Peyton Klaus. As Tim McKinnon comes out, we'll see if it's a pitching change. If it is, we will head to a break. If not, we will be right back. And it looks like to be the end of the day for Peyton Klaus. Looks like Ben Passanal might be coming in, the third baseman for the Catholic Central Cougars. So, it is a Lax Enterprises pitching change for the Catholic Central Cougars. We will step aside and be right back with Trenton Hoagland up to bat, facing the new Catholic Central pitcher. You're watching Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network.
And we are back because it is a Lax Enterprises pitching change as Ben Passanal is a new pitcher.
First baseman, number
Worked
15,
one game
Trenton
so
Hoagland.
worked one game so far. Got a start in that one against Ottawa Hills in the 20-0 Mercy. He's on for Peyton Klaus, who pitched very well. 2 runs on 94 pitches, 2 earned runs. Did walk 7 batters, however.
Yeah, other than that, there weren't no base runners as the Cougars, as Klaus didn't allow a hit. That pitch is outside.
You got it?
And 1-1. Ben Passanal will deliver it on the outside corner for strike 2. Well, Klaus didn't allow a hit in that 4 2/3 inning performance. 94 pitches, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So outside of the walks, he pitched very well. That's driven into left foul territory. Coming back is Klaus. He is unable to make the grab. And so it will be foul.
I think it's 2-2.
It might be 2-2. We'll see what the umpire says when he comes back to the plate. That was driven foul. 2 outs here. Runners on the corners. Each of those runners, if they do come around, it is 2-2. David confirming that. Thank you. It'll be runners on the corners. Each of those runners, should they come around, will be an earned run towards Klaus, not necessarily Passanal. That was bounced to Jabin Bates. It got by him for ball 3. Full count now. on Hoagland. The 3-2. Upstairs. Well, now it's 3-2. That was the 2-2.
Now it's 2-2. Okay.
We apologize for the confusion on our end. It is a 3-2 count now. Passano will check first. Comes center. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Check swing. Got him. Strike 3. Hoagland thought he had a walk, and I think he should have, but the Cougars get a strikeout looking, and they escape the jam and will head to the batting half of the 5th, up 3-2. You're watching and listening to Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. It'll be Peyton Klaus, now the third baseman on the field for the Catholic Central Cougars. He is 1 for 2 as he watches that come in for his strike. They're going to go both ways. As David not too happy with the call on the field as a strike. The 0-1. Klaus shows bunt. It catches the outside corner for strike 2. The 0-2 is driven into right center. It is under it. It is Ensley. He did not make the catch. He bobbled it. My goodness. An error there by the right fielder. It looked like he had it, but the umpire called it as it was not on the transfer. And so an 0-2 routine fly to right was bobbled by
first baseman number 22, Dominic
was
Schoenberg.
bobbled by Ensley, and so the Cougars have a runner on. It was an interesting turn of events there. Temperature beginning to dip here at the Cat. First pitch to Dominic Schoenborn inside, throw down to second, not in time, and Peyton Klaus has himself a stolen base. Big Red is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and he reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. That was in the 3-run inning for the Catholic Central Cougars. They're looking to do a little bit more damage here. The runner in scoring position. Pitch is driven into left. Just over Chesley's head. It's into left, and the throw home. Not in time, and Peyton Klaus gets in an RBI single for Schoenborn, and the Cougars extend their lead to 4-2. 4 unanswered runs for the blue and white.
Well, Schoenborn was looking for that one all day. He finally got a pitch that he could hit. We're going to get a pinch runner,
We'll have to have
probably.
either a pinch runner or a courtesy runner here as Max Trudeau comes in for
Running for Schoenborn,
Dominic
number 9,
Schoenborn.
Max Trudeau.
If it's Max Trudeau, more than likely this be a courtesy runner unless you make a defensive substitution and put Trudeau in. You know, may as well put Trudeau in at
That's foul to the
left field
backstop.
and have Aiden Johnson switch from left over to first base, as that is his secondary position.
David makes a good point, and it is probably a pinch runner, seeing as that Max Trudeau does a lot of pinch running for the Cougars. He pinch ran for Dawson Schroeder earlier. That's popped up high above the plate. It is not made behind the plate as Lumens couldn't find it in the sun. It was literally popped sky high, and it will drop foul. So 0-2. Zierzik still on the mound. He has pitched right now all 5 innings for the Wayland Wildcats. He's at
86 pitches to go along.
That's driven down the third base line. Fair. Got past Calkins and
Hold him.
sending to third is Max Trudeau. Throw to third.
He's out. Is he out or safe?
The umpire
he's
signals out. At third is... That was a 7-5 put out as the Cougars. Aiden Johnson is in to
Now
second.
batting, center fielder number 24, Brady Redmer.
That'll bring up Brady Redmer with 1 out here. Bottom 5. And it looks like we might have yet another substitution for the Cougars. We'll see who comes in. Out comes Aiden Johnson. And in comes number 13,
Johnson.
Brendan Ferret.
Number 13, Brendan Ferret.
Brady Redmer to the plate, 0 for 2 today. Flies flown out both times to center field. Now 1 man on, 1 out. He pops that into foul territory right side. Coming in, can't make the catch. Ken Hoagland. He tried to basket catch that one, but it failed him, and it'll be 0-1 on Redmer.
Yeah, well, that sun's in a brutal spot right now, having some terrible shadows. That's 2 drop balls behind in foul territory for the Wildcats in a matter of 5 pitches about.
Yeah, I'm sure you can see it on the YouTube stream. That pitch is well outside for ball 1. 1-1 now on the Catholic Central Junior. 1's showing on the scoreboard with 1 out here. 1-1 the count. Zierzik kicks and fires, catches the outside corner for strike 2.
That was Zierzik's 90th pitch of the outing.
So both pitchers going pretty long here. Zierzik still on the mound, having allowed 4 earned runs. The 1-2 outside and low, 2-2. Zierzik will come set, not giving any notice to Max Trudeau on first. There goes Trudeau, swing and a miss. Strike 3, throw down to second. They did not get him. They lost
They didn't get Ferret,
They lost the baseball on the tag. Couldn't be controlled, and it is a stolen base. Pardon me, for Brendan Ferret, not Max Trudeau on first. My apologies.
Now batting, pitcher number 10, Ben Pasnow.
And out comes Brian Huberty. Looks like he might make a pitching change for the Wayland Wildcats, sponsored by Applied Imaging. Everybody is coming in, including the outfield. The outfield comes the other infield comes in. We are assuming this is because of a pitching change. We're awaiting the verdict out at the mound.
Oh, they're going to keep him in.
They are going to keep him in. Interesting decision there by Huberty. He has faith in his pitcher, and up to now, I would agree with him. He hasn't played necessarily stellarly, but he's only allowed 7 hits. Pardon, not accounting. Forgot to count this inning in it, but he's only allowed 7 hits, which isn't good, but he's still managed to get outs as he has 2 outs right now. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Now a throw down to second. Did they get him? Yes. My goodness. Cougars get a bevy of bad base running in that 5th inning and only get 1 across. We will head to the top of the 6th. Cougars looking to hold on to a 2-run lead.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, it is the top of the 6th here at the Cougar baseball field, and
Third baseman, number 16,
now it is
Bryce Calkins.
Bryce Calkins to the plate. Cougars getting 1 across in the bottom of the 5th, giving them a 4-2 lead. First pitch from Passanaw is called a strike. Want to know, as we were coming back, David, finding out that Albert Pujols has stolen, 13 consecutive bases?
13 consecutive bases without being stalling out for the big man.
Definitely fun to see.
It's always fun to see big men steal bases, especially when it's Albert Pujols.
Yeah, it's
not known for his base running whatsoever. I think his rating in MLB The Show for baseball has gone down from 5 to 0 on the both the base running speed and the stolen base.
Yeah, to add on to that, David. Albert Pujols, not much of a base running phenom. He's more known for his lumber, as it were. Now the count worked a 3-1 after the first pitch strike by Ben Passanaw. Pitch is swung on and dribbled down the third baseline, picked up by Passanaw. He'll get it over to first in time. Nice play there. A 1-3 ground out against Bryce Calkins, and Cougars have one away here.
Well, Reagan, it brings up the debate if Albert Pujols is a first ballot Hall of Famer or not. I believe he should be.
Now batting designated here for Wayland.
He's
number
definitely
19,
the
Cam
caliber
Underwood.
of a first ballot Hall of Famer. It'll be interesting to see when he retires, if that's this year, if
Well, then they have
that's
to wait,
next
what,
year.
7 more years, 5
Yeah.
more years, 7 more years before he...
Before they let him in the Hall of Fame, and it's 1 out here.
Yes.
First pitch is drilled to third, picked up by Passanaw. He will rifle it over to first. Beautiful
That was
couple of plays there. 2 consecutive ground outs to the left side, and first time it was Ben Passanaw, then it was Klaus. Both firing over to Dominic Schoenborn.
11, Colin Brown.
And then we got 1-2 outs here in the top of the 6th. First pitch catches the corner down and away. 0-1 on Brown. Pitches upstairs for ball 1. None of these teams have made any substitutions whatsoever in the batting lineup this game. Wayland made a couple of them when they were trailing 9-1. 1-1 now.
Yeah, I think it's because
Pardon me,
it's a
2-1.
conference game and they've held it close.
Yeah, and I mean, thinking back to the last couple of games that we've been to, all of them have been non-conference or blowouts. The West Ottawa games were an insane the Ottawa Hills games were insanely lopsided, 15, 17, and 20-0 respectively, as he gets them swinging on a 3-1 pitch. That'll make it 3-2. Cougars up 4-2 here. Trying to hold on. 2 outs. That's drilled right to Klaus. Klaus will pick it up. Step, fire over to first, and the second consecutive 5-3 ground out. The Cougars get 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th. Head to the bottom half where they look to extend this lead once again. It'll be Passanaw, Beal, and Passanaw due up when we come back. You're watching Catholic Central Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Network. Well, we are back here. Ben Passanaw leading it off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the sixth. We
number 10, Ben Passanow.
We do realize that we don't have any lights here at the Cougar baseball field, so your picture may be getting a little bit dark, and we apologize for that, but there's nothing we can really do about it. We either do this or we go to radio, and I know personally I'd like you all to see at least some semblance of what's going on. Two pitches, 1 a strike, 1 a ball, 1-1 now on Ben Passanaw. Passanaw 0 for 2 today. In this one, he watches that go outside, 2-1. The 2-1 from Zierzik is driven into right. It will be caught by Ensley. So a line out. Yeah, David, make a good point. The Wayland outfield playing very shallow here in this one, but otherwise pretty straight on.
14, Oliver Beal.
That'll bring up Oliver Beal. Walked twice in his previous 2 at-bats. He's got one out against the Cougars. He'll dribble that up
Get
the
through.
middle, picked up
There it
by... Actually, not picked up. That got through the gap in the middle
Error.
on an error
You roll into the error.
to the second, the short stuff. It's debatable whether or not that'll be an error. We have confirmation that it was a hit, so we'll go with a hit. Why not? He didn't touch it. He didn't touch it. It wasn't touched on the way through, so as a throw over, not in time. Oliver Beal getting back in
Now
time.
batting shortstop, number 2.
Nice
John
job
Passano.
there. That'll be John passing out of the plate for the Cougars. He'll get his sign from his third base coach and step back in. Cougars here having a 2-run lead that's driven through the gap and into left. A base hit for John Passano will advance Oliver Beal to second, and Passano is on with the second single of the day. Basically the same spot, same side of the field, both times driving
Now
one
batting
into
second
left.
baseman, number 1, Luke Kuzner.
That's his. Yeah. He's at 99. So according to me, he's at 99.
Good point, David. As it looks like Zierzik will come out now, as we do indeed have an applied imaging pitching change for the Wildcats. It'll be Braden Muchler to come in, and we will have a look back at what Zierzik did when we come back. You're watching Catholic Central Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Baseball Radio Network. 4-2 at 4-2, 1 out left, or 1 out gone here in the top of the 6th.
All right, we are back inside the broadcast booth. It's a applied images
Defensive changes for Wayland. Now pitching.
pitching change. It's number 6.
Braden Muchler.
Braden
In
Munch.
left field, number 9, Mason Ensley.
Braden Mulchler will be the
Moving
new
over to
pitcher.
Second base, number 7.
On mute. First pitch is in there, or outside for a ball. 1-0.
And moving into right field, number 11, Colin Brown.
So a bevy of defensive change. Wildcats here. That pitch is outside. 2-0 on Kuzner. Kuzner is one for one with an RBI. He reached on a fielder's choice and also walked. That's driven high into right field. Will that get down fair? It is foul, according to the home plate umpire. So it'll be a 2-1 count now on Kuzner. On the mound is Reagan Muchler. Now a 2-1 from Muchler outside. 3-1, the Catholic Central dugout having some fun. Here with 1 out. That pitch is well inside. He walked Luke Kuzner. So bases are loaded. Passana on second, Beal on third, and Luke Kuzner on first with a walk. And
Now batting catcher, number 7.
Beal and
Wayland Wildcats.
Passana will be earned runs for Zierzik should things come around, and the Cougars extend their lead. First pitch. High but down the middle of the plate, ball 1. Here on Jabin Bates. Bates is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. That ball went headhunting up in on Bates, 2-0. This game stretching into the later hours, just over 2 hours. We're just about 2 hours here as that's driven high and to the right side. Settling under it is the second baseman. He dropped it. Runners will come home. Javen Bates at first is a throw well over the head of the pitcher, Muchler. So that will be an error on the second baseman, with runners advancing and the bases stay loaded this time for the cleanup hitter, Peyton Klaus. So an RBI for Javen Bates.
Now batting, third baseman, number 5, Peyton Klaus.
And in to run for Bates looks to be Brian Langlois. Yeah, that looks to be Brian Langlois. 8 showing in the back. The first pitch from Muchler is catch the outside corner for strike 1. Klaus today is 1 for 2. Reached on an error. And I'll drive that into left deep, and that will get down. 1 run will score. 2 coming around the plate. And the throw to third, a 2 RBI double for Peyton Klaus, and the Cougars extend their lead. It is now 7-2.
Well, Klaus just put an absolute charge into that ball. Banged up against the wall out there at by the 3:28 marker.
Yeah, and he scored Passana and Kuzner. Cougars now have 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, up 7-2. Dominic Schoenborn up to the plate. Big Red will pop that high into shallow left. Coming over is the shortstop, Chesley, and he will make the grab. So a pop out for Dominic Schoenborn to 6, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, number 25,
Now it'll
Aiden
be
Johnson.
Aiden Johnson coming up for the Catholic Central Cougars. The right-handed bat, slightly open stance. First pitch driven into left. Will it get past the left fielder? It will. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and another 2 RBI double for the Catholic Central Cougars.
Come on, baby, 3 more.
So a bases clearing double for Aiden Johnson. That brings home Brian Langlois and Peyton Klaus. And the Cougars extend their lead to 9-2. And that pitch hits Brady Redmer. The Cougars have batted around.
Already?
Yeah, the Cougars have batted around, and now there's going to be some talking as Brian Huberty makes a mound visit for the second time this inning. This time probably not to yank his pitcher, but at least get him to calm down a little bit. It has been a bit of a runaway inning for the Catholic Central Cougars. They've scored 5 already, have 2 outs to their name with a line out to start the inning with Ben Passana, who is now up to bat, and Dominic Schoenborn popping out to short. And the Cougars now have batted around as we stretch ever later into the night with the sunset setting to our left.
Well, Ben Passanant will dig in. The 0-0 count. First pitch swinging, and it is foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike number 1. Cougars now lead this one 9-2. Offensive explosion this inning with 5 runs coming.
The 0-1 is down low for ball 1. 1-1 now the count on Ben Passanant. This is the second time this game the Cougars have batted around, or second time this afternoon the Cougars have batted around. The 1-1 up and in for ball 2. 2-1 now. Cougars coming into this one had a plus 42 run differential, and that's going, or pardon me, plus 41, I believe. And it was, and Cougars looking to extend their run differential as it's now 9-2 to Catholic Central, and it's a 2-2 count on Passanant as he swung over that one. Muchler will come set, check the runners. He'll fire. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 as that was looked like it was a foul tip in to the glove of Lumens as we head to the top of the 7th. Cougars looking to finish off this one here at the Cat. Well, it is 9-2 Catholic Central here, top of the 7th. Wayland, barring a miraculous comeback and an explosion of bats, are not going to come back in this one. And now a pinch hitter here, Owen Salingay.
Now batting for Wayland, leading off top of the 7th, number 3, Owen Salingay.
Salingay will swing over that one for strike 1 as we start off the 7th inning. Here, Catholic Central leading 9-2. That one's dribbled fouled on the left field line for strike 2. 0-2 now on Salingay. Cougars exploding in that 6th inning for 5 runs in the home half. Pitch is drilled into left field. Tracking back there is the left fielder Johnson, and he will make the grab on a nice line out to left. So 1 away.
Now batting.
Now
Catcher,
coming up
number
here,
13,
it will
Dustin
be
Lumens.
the catcher Dustin Lumens, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Reminder, Wildcats got out to a lead in this one. That pitch goes outside for ball 1. Wildcats got out to a lead in this one, 2-0 before the Cougar in the top of the 3rd. Cougars scored 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, and then we went through a scoreless first. Cougars scored 1 in the bottom of the 5th, and then 5 in the bottom of the 6th, and that is how we stand now at 9-2. 2-0 the count now on Lumens. The 2-0 over the head of Lumens, courtesy of Ben Passanoff. 3-0 now. Cougars back in action tomorrow against these same Wayland Wildcats. 4:15 first pitch from Wayland. The 3-0 showing bunt. He pulls up and he walked him. A 3-0 walk, and Cougars and Wildcats have a runner on.
All right, let's turn to
Second baseman number
Now
seven,
it is the
Dominic
second
Zerzik.
base. Dominic Zierzik coming up, playing. He pitched a very good game in the first couple of innings. He was taken out in the middle of the 6th and is now over at second base. That pitch in there, throw down to first. No tag attempted. 1-0. Daylight dwindling here, but should be good to finish out this half inning, should it not go super long. Passanoff checks the runners, kicks and fires. That's hit fouled on the third base line, picked up by the third base coach and fired back to Ben Passanoff, pardon. Both Passanoffs getting in the action today. John Passanoff pitching the first game, Ben Passanoff coming in relief for this one. He will check the runner at first in Lumens. Little kick and fire, runner goes. That's popped up foul behind us and back to the track. Luckily, nobody on the track, as this doubleheader has lasted through the hours here and chased out a track practice, a soccer practice, and eventually, I think, a girls' lacrosse practice back there. So 0-2. Swung on and driven deep left field, but it will work its way foul for Zierzik. I've got 1 and 2.
oh, no.
Oh,
I thought you changed it.
you may have. Anyway, we have 1 and 2 up here, 0 and 2 on the scoreboard. Throw over, not in time to get Lumens.
Just call him out.
David wanted the umpire to say, let's go home and make a bad call. That would probably pour salt in the wound of Wayland, as they've already been robbed of a couple of calls. Throw back, got past Dominic Schoenborn, and a throwing error by the pitcher. So an E1 will move Lumens to second base. So runner on second now for Zierzik, facing an 0-2 count. Pitch is down low, ball 1. We'll go ball 1. 1 and 2 on Zierzik. Zierzik 0 for 1, reaching on a walk and an error. Thus far, he came around to score in the third, as that's upstairs 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Catholic Central leading 9-2, breaking out for a 5-run 6th inning. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nice pitch there from Ben Passanoff. Gets Zierzik swinging, and that'll bring up Chesley.
Now batting for Wayland, shortstop number 10, Grant Chesley.
So 2 outs here for the Catholic Central Cougars. First pitch, runner goes, driven to short, driven to second, picked up, throw over to Schoenborn, and the Cougars bring home a winner in this one on a 4-3 ground out to end the 7th. Well, we will step aside shortly and come back with a quick break, or with a quick recap of this one. You are watching the Catholic Central Cougar Baseball Network. Well, David Shamblin, Reagan Cleaves back here inside the broadcast booth for a final score of 9-2 for the Catholic Central Cougars in this one against Wayland here today. David, well, that was a 9-2 game, but it really wasn't that. The scoreboard's a little deceitful. How close really was that how close really was this game for us?
Oh, it was really close up until, what was it, the fourth inning? Fourth or fifth inning of that one, the fifth inning of that one, where the Cougars piled on a lot more runs in this one, 6 runs to make it a 9-2 victory for them. A good outing for Peyton Klaus besides the total of 7 walks. He had 8 strikeouts through 4 2/3. We got him for the win. He allowed no hits, 2 runs and 2 earned runs. No hit by pitch, no balks, and no wild pitches. Passanant comes in, pitches a gem. Ben Passanant comes in, finishes it out, allowing none. And I thought the Cougars played a very well played ball game again.
I agree with you, David. The Cougars played very well, and you were talking about Peyton Kloss, and that's who we give the player of the game to. He obviously pitched a couple, but he also had 2 RBIs in that 6th inning, along with 3 runs, a single and a double, along with 1 strikeout, but we decided to give our player of the game to him. Well, next games for the Catholic Central Cougars and the Wayland Wildcats, for that matter, they are up against each other again tomorrow at 4:15 first pitch in Wayland. We will not have that game for you, but you can go watch it live if you want at Wayland. Our next broadcast will be at 2 p.m. on Saturday at LMCU Ballpark as the Catholic Central Cougars take on a perennial and fellow private school rival, the West Catholic Falcons. That should be a good one, if not for the baseball, just for the fantastic atmosphere that will be a rivalry game between those 2 teams. Well, our special thanks to Mr. Trevor Hinshaw for helping us get set up today and providing us the opportunity to be here and giving us permission to do this, along with David Shamblin helping me out here, providing play-by-play for the first game. We thank you, David. And also Gabe Groh, who, as we mentioned, did our camera work for the first game, but had to scoot out before we could get to the second game. Thank you, Gabe. It was fun to have you along here in the broadcast booth for at least 1 game. Well, that will just about do it for us this evening, but we will be back on Saturday for the game at LMCU against West Catholic. Until then, this is Reagan Cleaves for David Shamblin and Gabe Gross saying so long from the Cougar baseball field at the Cat in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as the Catholic Central Cougars beat the Wayland Wildcats by a score of 11-0 in the first game and 9-2 in the second. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful night, everybody.